In the news, 120 persons have been trained in plastic trash recycling and management in Anambra State from Chicason Plastic Recycling Hub, a project co-sponsored by the German government via DAG Develop. Listen to our correspondent Blessing Belonwo as she shares more in details.
As the world becomes more industrialized, the problem of what to do with our waste products becomes more pressing. One solution to this problem is recycling. Recycling plastics, in particular, can have a significant impact on the environment. In this video, watch how Chicason Plastic Recycling Hubs project and Carbon Africa are turning waste to wealth. The Chicason Plastic Recycling Hubs project envisions an environment that is safe for people to live in. During the tour of the facility, the managing director of Carbon Africa, Chizoba Ngozi Adigwe, stressed that the importance of continuous education on environmental protection cannot be overemphasized.
My name is Chizoba Ngozi Adigwe, and I'm the CEO of Carbon Africa. We are project developers focusing on environmental projects.
Through the Chicason Plastic Recycling Hubs project, over 100 women and men from Anambra, Abia, and Enugu states of the southeastern region are being trained on effective plastic waste management, which include plastic gathering, sorting, and eventual processing. The aforementioned states will have 2 hubs where trainees can practice plastic waste removal and sorting. It is clear that the Chicason Plastic Recycling Hubs project encourages grassroots involvement in the removal of littered plastics from communities in the region.
Well, we have several projects at the moment, mainly in the southeast of Nigeria, covering Anambra, Enugu, Abia, Ebonyi, and Imo State. But we're currently in Anambra for the Chicason Plastic Recycling Hubs project, which is a project that's co-sponsored by the DEG, KfW DEG, the German Development Bank, and the German government. So they've partnered with the Chicason Group to provide us this lovely project where we are training women from across the region on proper waste plastic management and sorting, disposal, and we also give them certain training on environmental protection, climate change, because we find that here in Africa we don't have that education being put through at school level. So a lot of people are ignorant as to basic climate change and environmental protection theories and concepts. So we try to introduce that to our training, to our trainees here. And then we are building them at the same time safe environments, secure environments where they can work and process their plastics for the off-takers, who are mainly recyclers, who recycle the waste plastic into lovely products. So we build them a hub which we equip with certain forms of equipment, baling machines. So what we expect is that they will be able to implement what they have learned with us once they reach their hubs. And eventually these hubs will be training apprentices from across the region who the current trainers we have, because we operate a train-the-trainer system. So the people that we are now training, they will now become trainers and be able to apply what they've learned with us to apprentices across the region, who hopefully will then set up their own little hubs in their villages and their communities to be able to gather plastic. And that way our idea grows exponentially, and plastic all over the villages, the communities, farmland can now be targeted by groups of people who have come through our training system. So it's quite exciting. Well, we are currently training 120, and they will be. We're only covering 3 states, so we're covering Enugu, Abia, and Anambra states. So each state will have 2 hubs, so 6 hubs in total. So we take 40 trainees from each state. Yeah. And the idea is that once their hubs are set up and operational, those hubs will be able to train up to 200 apprentices annually, and then it grows from there.
Wastes are valueless until it is channeled properly. The very essence of the project is to help people identify, gather, and sort plastic wastes before selling it off to plastic recycling plants.
In the industry, you have to be practical, and this is a region where when you have a hub that's processing plastics, there is some heavy lifting that's necessary, and we don't have, or we can't afford, forklifts, etc., etc. Everything here is done manually. So that's why we had to allow a certain number of men onto the program to be part of the hub, so that when it's time for lifting things, they can put their muscle into work. So yeah, that's why we have to add a few guys to it. But mainly the industry, call it scavenging, which is not really a nice word, but essentially it's one that's dominated by women. So when we create these hubs, we have them in mind because they're very exposed currently when they are on the dump sites, because they're not landfill sites, because they're not treated. So, so we want to create a safe environment where they can work and be productive.
The Soludo-led administration is committed to tackling inappropriate waste disposal and other climate and environmental issues through adequate support for solution-based approach in plastic waste and its management. Some of the trainees are not only excited at the opportunity, but are enthusiastic to employ the knowledge gained from the training into purging our streets of excessive plastic wastes. This practical method of plastic waste removal will not only purge our lands of plastic wastes, it will also be an avenue to create wealth.
My name is Akeyemi Oluwafemi. I'm the recycling plant manager, one handling the practical aspects of the training, and the project is actually about adding values to what the people call waste. For instance, after you finish drinking your bottled water, and then the packaging material becomes waste, but through this training, we've been able to make the people realize that this same waste can be added a value and then make it worthy of exchange for money. And various value chain has been explained, and then there has been positive turnout. And inside the plant, we've also shown the practical aspect of how this same waste is being recycled into another plastic product.
Yeah, my name is Babu Gopalakrishna. I am in the Afrasia, CEO, Chief Operating Officer. Yes, distribution of the plastics, all those things we need to be looking out for that.
My name is Mike Ozemena, the MD CEO of Aswama. My being here will underscore the attachments of Mr. Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. You could recall that immediately after he was sworn in, he went to Koko the next day on same climate issue. So he understands it, and we understand it. So when we see a thing like this going on in Anambra, we feel glad. We want to be part of it. We want to give every assistance that government can give. We want to clean our cities, and then of course let people make money from it.
Okay, so my name is Chijoke Odeze. Well,
I'm the head of sales here. At least you've seen the project between Chicason and Project Develop, which is aimed at empowering women and men, but largely women, as it concerns plastic reprocessing. Part of this is that after the training, it's expected that the women and all the trainees would have acquired the requisite skills and knowledge to be able to know the type of plastics we want, so that when they go into the society, they will be able to, having empowered them, they will be able to prepare the plastics as we would want it, the way we want it, and the quality, the right quality, so that it will be easier to operate in our machine.
Yeah, the training has been very inspiring, very knowledgeable, and deeply very educative.
My name is Ebenezer Ozoma. I'm one of the participants of this very program.
Okay.
The program organized by Carbon Africa in partnership with Chicason groups. It's a very nice program because before this time, I had actually wanted a situation whereby I will be involved or engaged full-time in area of waste management, especially plastic pollution control.